Hey guys, welcome back to Defense Task Force. A game that I played already earlier this year. But I'm giving it a new try and I actually played a little bit more now and without cheat menu. So I played like 10 or a little more hours and unlocked a lot of stuff. And I guess we should play a match here and see how it goes. I just gotta remember how I built this. I think I built this to this side. So, this is the blueprint I chose. I already recorded another game, but it didn't record my microphone. I don't know why. That happens really rarely, and usually I see it immediately, but I did not notice it for the first 50 minutes. So, it kind of sucked. But it's okay. So, what I'm gonna do now here is I built some fire towers. They're basically dealing damage over time. So they're just in general good early and good against mass of units. The first waves are always a little bit more like about mass, so you can deal with them pretty easily. And then we're gonna build some other towers. I'm probably gonna try out all the towers. Usually I mostly do a combination of fire tower with Tesla tower, which has like a chain lightning attack. I use some space-time towers. They basically slow movement speed, and then I usually also use like machine gun or something else, just a single target damage in the back. But yeah, this is the region number 4 I'm playing already. Like I already unlocked the first 3 regions, and I don't really know what kind of mobs we're gonna have here, but my goal is to survive 120 waves. There's a total of 500 official waves, and then there's more waves coming afterwards. And the more waves you defeat, the more energy you basically gain. And energy is just the overall resource you want. Because if you make 3000, okay, let's start here. 1% of all the energy you will get basically to use outside of the game. So basically, if I make 10,000 energy this mission, that would be 100 energy. Then you also have to reduce the blueprint cost, which is actually 150. So let's say I make 100,000 energy, which means 1,000. Then I have 850 energy that I can use to unlock towers and upgrade towers and unlock different things. And that's mostly what the game is about. Because you start with 3 towers that all only have 1 level, and you start with a blueprint that doesn't cost anything. That's basically just a small maze. And the more you play, the more you unlock, if you're good. I mean, obviously you could also play this on this blueprint and get less than 150 energy, and then you make minus, and you kind of want to make more. My personal record right now is in, I think, Sector 3, Region 3 somewhere. I beat over 300 waves. And I made like over 3000 energy that mission alone. So my goal is kinda to beat the game basically, as in do like the 120 waves that it's supposed to. I know I'm leaking right now, but that's okay. Also shows me that I still haven't completed my maze. Oh, that's where you want to go. There we go. That's my maze, mostly. There we go. Yeah, I want to beat the game, and I heard it's pretty hard later on, so we'll see if it is really that hard. Let's build a space-time. That tower is gonna slow movement speed, and we're really gonna work on some more Tesla towers. So it's not too bad if you leak. There's like no lives, but basically you have extractor health. But it, I already upgraded a little bit, and it has 100% return damage. So if it gets attacked, then it's not too bad, like it could be worse. But damn, these creeps are stronger than I had in my mind. I'm just gonna spam some Tesla towers now. They're usually good around this stage, around like wave 20, wave 30, because there's also some kind of rock, paper, scissors system here, but just with way more, because every unit has like a specific defense, like a percentage multiplicator against every single tower. And for example, my Tesla towers are good against the wave that is gonna come soon, the exterminators, which are actually like mostly a boss unit that occurs pretty often. Okay, seems like we're doing better now. I'm glad. Okay, so you can also change the priorities of units. So there's like strongest, weakest, first, last, fastest, random. Usually the towers in the back I want on first. So basically the first unit that reaches them gets focused down. And the front ones, if they have like chain lightning or AoE, you want them the strongest. But the fire towers I have on last. That simply means that they don't switch focus that often. So they always go for the last unit that comes in range. That basically means they kinda stay on the same group of units most of the time. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. Usually worked so far. Okay, so towers also have upgrades, but you have to unlock them. In the beginning, as I said, you have 3 towers with level 1 each. But this, for example, Tesla tower is what I'm mostly using. I can upgrade it to level 3 already. This one is already level 2. And then on level 3 I also unlocked boosts. That's like additional energy I use for this tower. You could probably win a game just by building one tower, by just upgrading it completely and then using it to boost. Like, I'm gonna show you later. But there's a couple of other things you can still upgrade when you reach level 3. But you have to unlock them. That's why you always have to farm a lot of energy, as you can see here. Basically so far I farmed 90 energy. And my blueprint alone costs 150, so I want to make at least more than 150. Otherwise it's kinda wasted. And yeah, and with this energy you can unlock stuff. I'm gonna show that to you after the game. But for now I guess we just play a little bit and see how it goes. This tower, for example, is not really in range, so I want to upgrade it to get some more range. I want to use all the good spots. But yeah, you can see there's a lot of space where you can build, like basically on every X you can build. And there's a lot of different strategies. Like as I said, I mostly go for the Tesla towers in combination with the space time, which basically just slow movement speed for everything in range. And I also like the fire towers in the start, just because they are good against groups of units. Tesla towers attack, yeah, in general 4 units. If you upgrade them 5, and if you upgrade them more than 6 units. And you can actually boost them more, and then they can even attack more than 6 units. But sometimes there's like 30 creeps coming at the same time as here right now. And what I want to do here is I want to build some machine guns. They're pretty good against those air units. But actually didn't make it too far. Good. That's good. So, what I want is fire tower level 2. Because right now they deal 0.6 damage per second, and that's not a lot. I want them to do a little bit better. Not a deal, 1.3 per second, but they also have a better attack angle. So it's not completely wasted. Overall, it is usually better to just mass towers though. But if you upgrade them, they often have more range or like a different special effect. And at some point you run out of space anyway, so you have to like upgrade something, if you can do that. Like the very first mission you play, you have to beat 20 waves and you're like, oh yeah, this is easy. But you have a really small blueprint where you can build a total of, I don't know, like 10 towers. And all your towers, like you have 3 different towers and they can all they cannot be upgraded. So you basically run out of options at some point. And that's why you have to grind this game and unlock stuff. So you have to play maybe one mission multiple times just to farm some more energy. And the better you do in the missions, the more you also unlock, because you also have like a profile level where you have to gather XP. And XP you simply gather by scoring high scores by like every sector that you play basically gets gives you a score. Let's say you beat 120 waves and you get 120 points. Those 120 points are also your XP. If you beat 150 waves the next time you play the same mission, then you basically gain 30 plus XP, like 30 more. You don't get 150 plus. You just basically, yeah, I think you get it. Basically all your high scores just get added and that's your profile XP. So if there's 20 missions and you beat 500 waves in every single one of them, you will have 10,000 XP. That most likely lets you unlock everything. Most likely. I don't know how much you need for the last levels. I'm currently, well, I'm almost max, but I'm only like 1500 XP. So it isn't that hard to level it. So right now, my tower is level 3, like the Tesla tower here. And there's options down here. Extra chain jumps. Increase the number of enemies the lightning chain can reach. That's something I can do. And increase damage. 10% for everything. Every time I click this. This is something I unlocked. You can actually unlock this up to 100. That means overall you can make a tower deal 100 times. No, not 100 times. But 10 times the amount that it usually does. But it costs 520 energy every time you click this. So right now this one does 50% more damage. So yeah, and this one is for range. This is also pretty good if you build some towers in the back that usually won't reach in the beginning. That won't reach the start of your maze. And yeah, I usually use it pretty often on like backline towers. But right now it still seems to work out fine. Actually thinking about upgrading the Spice Time Tower though. Or simply building another one so they also get slowed around this area. Actually, I'm gonna save for an upgrade. Plus 2000 though, but then they get slowed down 50% instead of 40, and it has bigger range. Okay, good. Good. I don't know though if the Tesla towers lose like damage with every hit, or if they deal like the same damage to all creatures. I think they actually deal the same damage to all creatures. This one can attack 7 at the same time, which is pretty good. But yeah, there's still more upgrades. I think you can upgrade this 5 times in your like skill tree basically. But I only have 1 level in this because it's pretty expensive. It is pretty expensive, so you really gotta be careful of what you pick. Probably the best thing you do is if you start off, you just get another tower that helps you defeat like the first few missions. Like you basically just have to like beat 20 waves or 25 waves in the first missions. That doesn't seem a lot, but if you don't have the tower upgrades and everything, then it is a lot. And then you just go for like level 2 and level 3 in certain towers. Like towers that you like. But you should always level at least 2 towers, because let's say the Tesla tower is only dealing 50% to a certain unit, then you will always leak that certain unit. So you need something that can cover for that. Yeah, this tower is bad, for example. Like this, it's not reaching this area, even if I upgrade it. So we gotta upgrade these towers first. Right now, these units that I'm leaking, those are air units with rather low HP. But, yeah, I think Tesla towers just do less damage to them. I'm not completely sure, but I think so. They can probably still add that, that it shows in the game how much damage they take. Like they're still open to feedback and everything, and that's one of these things that would help probably. That you immediately see like what their strength or weakness is. In the top you always see the next 2 waves. Basically this is the wave that's running right now, and then this is the next wave. You can also change it that it shows like this for every wave, like what creatures you're getting. So this one, for example, has a lot of air units again, but I like this one because it shows you 2 different waves already. Yeah, to deal with the air units in general, I built those machine gun towers in the back. Gonna be fine. Gonna be alright. I'm gonna use another space-time tower. And then in general using the good spots a bit more. This one. I like to have all my Tesla towers level 2 first before I make them to level 3. This was just an example. Usually you don't want that. But it is probably possible to beat certain missions, like a lot of waves, just by building one tower that you just upgrade a lot. It's just that in the meantime, while you wait for the gold, let's say to upgrade it to level 3, you might leak. So, always difficult. Okay, so what I want to do now, I want these towers to be able to attack the creeps there. Actually, they can reach it already. That's very good. So I do not have to upgrade them again. We can increase the speed a little bit. Because I already beat like 300 plus waves on some missions. It means we're probably gonna make it a little bit further, at least into the 3 digits. And I don't want the video to be 2 hours long. If you played it in original time, which I don't recommend, at the beginning I recommend this for the first few waves and in general to get to know the game. But I do not recommend you to play this on the original beats, because a mission like this, if you get to like 300 waves, could take 4 or 5 hours. So yeah, be careful about that if you don't have that much time. And I think there's no saving feature either, so you basically have to play a whole mission or lose it at some point. I mean, if you lose it, you still like take the energy. Like right now, I extracted 490 energy, and the blueprint costs 150, so I have 340 that I farmed here. Okay, I guess you know about the game now. Just that I have to show you the skill tree later on. Base time is level 2 already. For example, for this tower I didn't unlock level 3 yet. I can't upgrade that. I think the Tesla tower is the only tower that I have level 3 on. Okay, so this tower, as you can see, is not in range. Even if I upgrade it, it's not really in range. We want this tower to be level 3, so it can even like attack there. Otherwise it's pretty useless here, because it can just attack creeps that are coming like here. Then make it a little bit further. Upgrade this, and now it can attack as well. I could also upgrade the range, which I might just do. And yeah, now this tower is useful. Okay, we are on the max game speed. Yeah, let's just see what happens. Although I should probably show you a couple of other towers. I just usually use these Tesla towers because they're the tower that I put most of my energy in, and they're the only level 3 tower that I have. Well, we could try some other towers. The proton pulse, I don't know how good that is. Let's build toxic towers. Weak in my opinion. No, Tesla's the one that I built already. Plasma beam. Why are they making it so far? Let me quickly upgrade this. That's the plasma beam. Almost like the Tesla tower, but it's single target, I guess. We don't have level 2 for it yet. What else do we have? We have the proton pulse. Which attacks 2 creatures with every hit, I guess. Then we have the sniper tower. We're gonna build that a little bit further in the back because that's super high range. You can also upgrade it. Let's just upgrade it. It deals 111.9 damage with every hit. We definitely want it on strongest so it doesn't waste the attack on like low HP creatures. So let's see what else we have. Machine gun I showed already. Cannon is like a machine gun, but just low attack speed but higher damage. Missile. What is missile about? Explosion radius. Okay. Let's upgrade it. So it seems like this tower is doing AoE damage. But it's just dealing 17.9, so not that much. Probably good if you level it to level 3 and you probably have boosts to make the explosion radius bigger. At least I could imagine that you have that. Yeah, I don't know if it really serves a purpose for me right now. What else do we have? So machine gun we tried, space time, Tesla, toxic. That's kinda it. Those are the 10 towers that you can build. But yeah, all of them have 3 levels and then the boosts. I could imagine that sniper tower in general is a really good late game tower. Yeah, but for now let's use our other towers. This one level 3, so it can reach there. This one level 3. And they're all in range of this area, so I don't really need to boost the range right now. You can do that, like the towers that are always in range, you can boost the range like in the very late game if you upgrade everything else. But it doesn't make any other sense to do that earlier. Okay, so these units are new. Titan. I guess I'm not dealing too much damage with my Tesla towers to them. Or actually, did my sniper tower kill them? I think it might have done that. Yeah, let's. I wanted to attack first as well, although then it's gonna overkill that much. Let's keep it on strongest. Okay, what is our plan now? Wave 91, and I'm already struggling a little bit, which is definitely not good. Let's increase time again. Like this looks pretty scary with all those waves, but most of them are just like mass units. They simply never got focused because most of my towers are attacking the strongest. But these towers should deal with them. They're just level 1 machine guns. But they should at least deal with like the small units. Or not. This is tough. They're good that you don't lose immediately if they reach an extractor. And yet extractor has like some kind of return damage that are also skilled a little bit already. I don't like that there's so many weak units mixed in there. I'm gonna set this one on first instead. And hopefully also catches the small units. There's a lot of different creatures. I don't know the weakness and strengths of every single one of them. But I know that the Tesla tower isn't the perfect tower for every creature. In general it's good, but as you can see these waves are like super strong against me. Like I'm not killing anything. Yeah, this isn't looking too good. We might not make it much further than wave 100. And we have to beat 120 waves on this to survive it. This is actually a pretty hard mission. I haven't played on this region at all. But probably just has, in general, some more new units that I don't know the stats of. And these units are probably strong against Tesla towers. At least that's my excuse. It would be cool though if I don't lose this one, if I actually make it to 120. I mean, I still made energy here, but I want to beat this. Okay, so for this one I increase the range so it can attack in this area already. I need more level 3 towers. Okay, so this one is in range, yes. So don't have to upgrade the range. I'm just gonna go like level 3 on as many Tesla towers as possible. Seems like we have it under control again. But there's some enemies here that I haven't seen before. So the game is probably getting a little bit harder. And if I'm lucky, I'm strong against those units. If I'm not lucky, then yeah, I'm not. Okay, this one next. So even though I'm on full game speed, it still seems like everything is moving slow. That's mostly because of the space-time tower, because it reduces movement speed by 50%. I can just show you what it would look like in normal speed. Yeah, we want full speed. Otherwise this is taking forever. Okay, so another one level 3. Yeah, we have it under control again. Maybe. Hope so. I would like to beat this. Okay, there's more towers I can upgrade to level 3. And I still have a lot of space where I can build like these spaces. I can build at the extractor. I can build here and there. And I could replace those towers because they don't seem to make that much sense. I think overall you want to really focus on one tower and just have like one second tower that kind of helps you with the weakness you have on those towers. But if you spend like most of your energy of researching one tower, and this is the only tower that I have on level 3, then that's probably what you also should focus on. That's why I'm going Tesla mostly. Because they helped me through the first missions that were actually pretty hard already. And like all the towers you start with, like fire tower, machine gun, cannon, are all weak against the first like boss unit. And you basically have to defeat the first boss unit to win the game, to win the first mission. And so I had to go for a tower that's good against this boss unit. And yeah, I went for Tesla tower. It worked. In my boss unit, I didn't mean a unit that just spawns like once per wave, because it was the exterminator and it kind of spawns like 10 per wave. So Tesla with the chain lightning makes sense there. Usually you want, of course, single target against the boss unit. We made it! Nice. Congratulations, Captain, you survived enough waves to claim its territory. You may continue playing to extract as much energy as possible. Energy is needed for researching upgrades and unlocking various items. I'm going to continue playing because we want the energy. We simply want the energy. So right now we would already have over 1000 energy we made from this mission. Or we want more. Let's see how long we survive. Usually after you completed the mission, the difficulty gets a little bit harder. Let's see how far we make it. And we still have a lot of space. We didn't really start upgrading the Tesla towers too much. Like they still all have all the upgrades and everything. But now I think all my primary Tesla towers are level 3. Oh, not all of them. No, it's actually still... Okay, there's still 4 more towers after upgrades. But then I would like to go for like damage upgrades and chain upgrades. There's some kind of spider coming. I've never seen it before. This is the first time I played this region with this specific monster setup. Stone golems, they get more and more HP. Titans. This HP is still fine though. I already had missions where the exterminators later on had like 3000 or more HP. This is still doable. Okay, they have 1400 now. They probably had more than 3000 even. I'm glad we're still surviving. It didn't look too good early on. There were probably a couple of waves that we were simply not strong against, like those flying creatures maybe. But we just don't deal that much damage against them. Okay, but I think this is the last tower for now. Last tower that really makes a lot of sense for me to upgrade. Everything else is kinda too far away from the main damage source. So let's start with the first tower we upgraded and just buff the damage. And now it should deal double damage. We're not gonna upgrade the range yet, because this tower is basically always in range. It can always attack something. Let's go for the next one. I think if this game releases at some point, I might do like challenges like trying to get as far as possible with like one single tower. Like a challenge like that, that would be cool. So that you can like build as much maze as you want, but you are only allowed to build one tower and upgrade it. Because I think that it can totally work. That can totally work. But it's a challenge. But these two are basically full upgraded, except for the range. What I can also do is I can upgrade the space time. This one is the low one. Not too important though. Yeah, but I don't know if I mentioned it, but there's 500 regular waves, but the game continues afterwards. It just gets super hard after that. But already making it to 500 is an achievement itself, I guess. So if you ever happen to play this game, show me your high scores. Like I'm gonna probably stream it a couple of times and do some YouTube videos when it releases. And I wanna have some games where I make it to like wave 500 plus and see how far you can really make it and how unbalanced it is. Like if you can maybe make it a little bit further than the devs were thinking you could. Right now this still seems pretty chilled. Not getting to the maximum yet. This is gonna be a long video. But you guys enjoy long videos, right? I say this right now at minute 34. The game is... Maybe the game is going like 1.5 hours. Who knows? I mean, you don't have to watch it in one part. Feel free to watch it in as many parts as you want. Okay, so this tower is also upgraded and it also has the range already. Go for the next one. Yeah, in general, it's more efficient to kind of upgrade one tower if you just boost it with like 10% for 520, because 520, that's exactly the cost that this basically works for you, because the tower itself costs 5,200 to get to level 3. So if you spend another 5,200, you double the damage. But you can also do this, which is more efficient than if you have more chains. So I think you can really do that you just have like one tower in like a mission. But you will probably take some extractor damage early on, because you will not get some waves while you're saving. And there's probably also a couple of waves that you're simply not strong against. But that's something I'm gonna do another time. I can think of many different ways of playing this. Or they could even add that as a game mode, as a fun game mode that you do like a challenge of only being able to build one tower, of building as many mazes as possible as you want, but just like building one tower. That seems cool. Okay, so if I build more basements, this is not increasing. So I think it would actually be possible if they just reduce the tower limit to like 1. I think that would actually be possible. Damn, I'm having the best ideas here. Okay, so we reached wave 158. I don't know what my goal is. My goal was to beat this mission, which was done at wave 120. It should get harder at some point. Maybe I'm just too good. Maybe my tower placement is just too perfect. This one. I want this one to be in range as well. We're gonna buff the range. I think the one mission where I reached like wave 346, I was pretty close to being maxed out with Tesla towers. With like having every space occupied, every tower level 3, all the damage boosted. But every region kind of has different setups, so maybe I'm stronger against these creatures, maybe I'm weaker against them, I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out soon. Like if we make it easily to 300 plus, then we're probably good against this kind of creatures. But yeah. I just like there's not many games where you have like endless waves. Like endless in terms of you have like 500 plus waves that you can build, that you can play against. So the challenge is not like beating the waves that you're supposed to, or like getting a plus in energy, which I easily get here. Like, I have 1900 energy already. But to really have like a game where you can make it super far and just have like a high score that you can always compare with other people. That's cool. Like they could also add like a high score list of like what the highest level of people is that they ever reached on a certain region. That's cool. Or like with the one tower challenge. This one issue I see is there's a couple of creatures that have like a resistance against one certain tower. But I'm not sure if there's any unit that has like a resistance against Tesla towers, like a complete resistance. By complete resistance I mean it takes 0% damage. I don't know if there's a unit to test that. Because then it would be like a problem with the Tesla towers. And in general against mass waves, like if there's 50 creatures spawning and you can only attack 6 or 7 of them at the same time, then they will probably make it through. So maybe if you make I'm just thinking if it's better if you give people the option to build like 4 towers, for example. But I think one tower is like more catchy and a bigger challenge. And if you build 4 towers and you build a space-time tower and you build one for AoE, one for single target, one Tesla, and that probably makes it too easy and yeah. But would bring more variety. It's just a few things that I'm thinking about. Let's increase the range here. I don't like that we're barely in range. So you can basically see what you're upgrading, like which towers are already upgraded, which ones have the boosts. So we're slowly getting to the point where we can't do that much anymore. So our main towers are all upgraded. We can upgrade these ones now. We're gonna start with them. I would use the other towers, and I think they are useful if I was able to upgrade them to level 3, but with all those towers only be available for like 1 or 2 levels right now because I haven't unlocked more, it's kind of difficult. I think it's not gonna end good if I rely too much on other towers now that I can't really level. Like I have, for example, these machine gun towers still that are level 1. Even at level 2 they're not that strong. They basically still deal like less damage to a single target than my Tesla towers do like to all the different units. Yeah, wave 187. We're getting there. It is pretty good that I have so much energy because then I can show you the skill tree menu. If you want to see the skill tree menu, just skip the video to like the last 5 minutes or something. In case you haven't seen it already, because I'm definitely gonna put the other video that I already did about this game in the description. That was like, I think the beginning of this year, February or something. I mean, we are in max game speed. I wish I could make it faster. Although then maybe the game would have some trouble. It is actually getting harder. Look at these creatures. They're like super low health though. How did they make it that far? Like in a perfect world they would already get killed by the fire towers, but the fire towers also don't deal that much damage. So they do like nothing anymore. Okay, so yeah, look at the HP of the creatures. 2.2k. They're getting stronger. They're getting pretty tough. And they also get more and more damage. So, okay, this one is like a strong unit. This one is also not dealing. Didn't they do like way more damage? This one does 21 damage, for example. So if it hits like my extractor for one time, 21 damage is not bad. I just hope that the game wasn't too loud also. Because I see it in OBS right now that my voice is slightly over the audio. Hope that's fine. Hope you could understand me still. Even though my voice is kind of cracking right now. I've recorded a couple of things already today because yeah, I didn't prepare enough for the weekend because I'm not really having too much time today, which is Saturday for me. Also not too much time tomorrow, Sunday, where I'm gonna not be home the whole day. Yeah, the first creatures are almost making it to the extractor. That's not good. That's really not good. The game is getting harder. Oh. You can enter cinematic mode while already in game. That's nice. That's cool. I like it. It gives the whole game a kind of different, yeah, shows the game a little bit different. I like that. I really like that. But we're just gonna continue like this. Thing is though, we don't see the waves or anything. We just see that the creeps are making it pretty far. Oh, I stopped it, sorry. Quest log, not available in the alpha version, okay. Log guide, not available. Settings. Okay. Not available yet. Still alpha. But as I said, they want to go into closed beta testing very soon. Maybe they also want more people to like test the game. And I can help some of you guys to get into this. Depends on what their plan is. I don't know yet. Damn. Like, I gotta say, like, there's a lot of creatures now in these waves. And I can't really deal with the mass of creatures anymore. Can you, like, end the game? Abort mission, okay. Yeah, the only reason that I see where you would abort the mission is if you really run out of time. But then you could just, like, if you have the power, then you could just leave your PC on and see how long you survive when you go AFK. I think if I would stop upgrading now, I wouldn't survive that much longer. Probably like 20 more waves. But I think it's getting pretty difficult now. But right now I'm still dealing with this. And I mean, we kind of have to go to make it far, right? 2.6k energy already. Nice. You know what? I'm gonna get something to drink. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Did you enjoy the view? I hope you did. Still didn't take more damage. Where's this power spike, the difficulty raise? Come on. Yeah, we're getting a decent amount of gold. Energy. It's in yellow color, it has to be gold, right? So basically for every 100 energy you get here, you get 1 energy that you can use in your profile for a skill tree. That's pretty sweet. And let's just see how far we make it if we don't upgrade anything anymore. I didn't plan this video to be like super long. But at the same time I kinda want to beat like a late game wave. It would be cool if I would actually like make it to like wave 400. Let's upgrade this one, and then let's see how far we make it. But there's still like so much, like I could sell all these and build better towers. I could probably, I don't know if I should sell the fire towers. I think they're still useful there in the start. I want to build another space-time tower here. I can sell these to get better Tesla towers. There's a lot I can do still. Okay. We're still surviving. I just checked Discord there pretty quick because I was pinged. Why are we still surviving that easily? Maybe they gotta increase the difficulty a little bit more. Especially like after you basically conquered the sector. Like the first 120 waves I felt like were pretty strong, but now it just feels like it's stopping a little bit with the increase. Should I build or should I not build? That's the question here. Nah, I think the video is long enough already, so we're just gonna see how far we can get now. Gonna play this another time. But the problem is if I want to make a YouTube video about this, then the videos will just take like 1 hour or more. That's pretty long. And it's not... Well, it is meant to be something that you can play in between from time to time, but it's just that if you really like try hard and you unlock a lot of stuff, then you're gonna make it pretty far. Taking more and more damage. But yeah, the extractor deals some return damage. Oh, I might lose here. Those units seem to do a lot of damage. But yeah, at the same time, look at how much energy I have. With this 28,000 energy, I could build a couple more towers that would probably really help me, especially to build something in this area to help the extractor simply with some damage. And they just kill themselves. There's probably still a lot of more like variety that they could bring into the game. Because, I mean, yeah, like with the stone, paper, scissors system and all the certain tag types you have. Of course, you have a lot of things that you have to keep in mind, but there's some regenerating creeps, and there could be like all sorts of creeps. I mean, they did a good job though. And it's working smooth, so I'm not having like any issues or anything. The creeps are all running smooth and everything is going good, so it's good. I don't know why they have something like purple over them. Diablo. Oh. Advanced cloaker unit, resistant to projectile weapons, weak against beam weapons and missile. Oh. Okay, so you can actually look that up. Oops. Advanced racer unit, resistance. Oh yeah, this unit is for example faster. Resistant to plasma weapons and Tesla. Oh. That's why I always leak it. Weak against projectile weapons. Let's see. This one, for example, Titan. Advanced boss unit, resistant to projectile weapons, weak against plasma beam, Tesla, and missile. Okay. Okay, I see. So there's in general like different categories, like... yeah. Well, whatever. We finally did it. Mission success. So if we played this on normal speed, it would have been 3 hours, 27 minutes. And we generated 326,000 energy. And this is what we extracted. This is what the blueprint costs. So overall we made 3,118. Because I have 4,192 now. Okay, so now the skill tree. So you basically have the different towers. And you unlock the different levels. And this is, for example, the Tesla tower where I already unlocked the boost. As you can see, I can still boost the damage way more. I can go for chain quality. You can go for more range, more extra chain jumps, but that's what you have to use energy in game for. This is extractor stats. So what I want to do right now is, for example, I want the machine gun level 3 to have a good single target tower. I want the sniper tower level 3, which costs 3,000. Okay, we do this. But then we shouldn't spend any more. We still need some energy, and I can show you why. Because now if you play a mission, you go next. This sector, for example, costs me 425 energy to explore. Now I can play it. And now I still need to pick a blueprint. Like, this is the standard blueprint that everyone starts with that doesn't cost any energy. And then you have this one, costs 50. You have to research them first. So this one, if I had enough XP for it, I would have to research it and then still buy it. So this one's 50, 100, 125, 150, 200. This one is the one that I mostly play on, the 150 one. The 200 one, I tried it. It felt weird. It felt a little bit weird. But yeah, this one is like the master one, basically. I really like it. But yeah, I mostly played on this one, Callisto. It says not tested. Maybe it's imbalanced. Who knows? But I tested it and it seemed pretty strong. But yeah, that's about the game. That's basically all you need to know, and then the mission starts. And these are like the different sectors. I already unlocked 25% on this one. Yeah. And then the high scores that you see here. Where was the one that I got so far in? 271? I think I got further in one. Yeah, in this one I got to wave 364. And overall all these high scores add up to your XP. Then you can like level different things that you need to unlock other stuff. But yeah, that's about the game for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. I played this game for, let me not lie, 13 hours. So I know a little bit about it. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you another time. Bye bye.